we know that we find women who are generally regarded as the caregivers. So they take care of their spouses, they take care of their children, they take care of their grandchildren when it comes to Omugo. They also take care of their parents, father, mother, and even their own siblings. But we know that for many of them, they do not take care of themselves. They do not think about legacies. They do not think about even assets. Some of them don't even bother about asset acquisition, not to then talk about the topic we'll be discussing today, which is estate planning and women. I've got three amazing ladies, women, I'm tempted to say
Girl child.
in the studio with us to discuss a very important matter, subject matter. I know that some men watching or listening to us will not like some of the things they would hear today. But it's a subject that we believe women, ladies, married or single, should and must consider as part of their lifestyle. And it's estate planning for women. With me on today's show, I've got on my far right the one that really needs no introduction. She's Capone. She is Mutiat Olatunji. A new face, brand new face you've not seen before.
Right.
Is Lady Didi.
Thank you.
Diana. Girl child. And close to me on my left is, what did she say?
Super Ted.
Super Ted. Ayo.
Hi, Rotimi.
Okay, so I remain Saro. For those people just watching the show for the first time and they might be wondering what's estate planning, maybe I should start from... Let me try you, Ayo. Let me find out. Estate planning. So in the most simple term for women that are watching, not the ones that are learned. This is not a show for the learned. Estate planning.
Okay, so I think estate planning is planning for, the future, all the things you own. It could be from your earrings to, your money to anything, your properties.
Your handbags.
Your handbags. Some of us have Chanel's and the Gucci handbags. Even your wristwatches, the Rolex and whatnot. It's having a plan that, who is going to own these things when I move on to the later life or the yonder, or what do they call it? The life after now. So who do you want to own those things? Who do I want to pass those things on to? I think that's what estate planning is. Who do I want to, I don't want to use the word relinquish. You said that. You said that this is for everybody, not just the learned. The learned people will say relinquish. But who do I want? Who would I be happy to have these things? My investments, my pension, my earring, my gold jewelry, my favorite lace that I only wore for someone's wedding. Those expensive things, those not necessarily expensive, but who do I want to have those? Who do I want to give those things to? And how do I want those things to be shared? According to even while I'm alive, according to my future plan. So I think that's what estate planning is.
Okay, so Capone, Ayo has talked about the gold, the necklaces, the earrings, those ones. So,
the bags.
And that's the one for now I want to concentrate on. So as a woman, in terms of estate planning, what should be your focus or sense of direction in terms of how you want your daughters to inherit things like that?
Okay, so the beautiful thing about Ayo's explanation is that as women, we don't pay attention to those things as assets.
Correct.
If you ask a woman, for example, what do you own? She will tell you she doesn't have a house, her car is probably company owned, or her husband bought it for her. So left to her, she doesn't have anything. But based on what Ayo has said, now your jewelries are things, they are assets. And most women do not avert their mind to how they want those things distributed. So if I have two daughters, for example, I'd rather state it in black and white that this particular one goes to this person, this one goes to this person. Women, there are so many other things that we cherish. Some women will tell you that the dress I wore on my wedding
just
day.
hold on first. Why do you think that women do not believe that gold, for example, is an asset?
Because they just don't avert their minds to it. Because typically when you sit down with people and you speak assets, they'll be asking you how many houses do you have. Nobody takes all those little things. They see them as tangible but intangible when it comes to describing your assets. Because they ascribe value to it. I bought this gold for 2 million naira. But left to them, it's just that 2 million I bought the gold for, and the fact that I have gold and I wear gold. But when it comes to assets, they don't ascribe the asset tag to gold.
So maybe that's another reason why even women that own businesses, so for example, women in this popular market, Okari, never also consider their businesses as assets that they can pass on. Can that be a reason, Didi?
Yes, it can, very much. So I think I'll say women should be a little more intentional. Like Mutiat said, women, we don't consider those things as assets, but like a woman in the Okari market that you mentioned now, she can be bringing her daughter to the market with her, and she just subconsciously thinks that if she passes today, her daughter should be able to take over from her business. But it's different you knowing that your daughter can and actually stating it in blue and black that your daughter should take over the business.
No, but then it begs the question, if I have a daughter, for example, and she's been involved in the business, should other people not know that that is my intention?
So you have like the market thing now. Mutiat and I, maybe all three of us own a shop in the market.
Yeah.
You see that I come to the shop with my daughter every time. So I think it's things we take for granted, right? We don't expect that, we should actually say it. Our actions should speak, for lack of a better word. I'm not saying that it is a good way to go, but that's just how it is.
For African tradition, Ayo.
Exactly. I was going to take you there.
I'm asking myself, she's the only one that has been with me in running this business, and she's been there through thick and thin. Mm-hmm. So I should expect that even if I have sons, they should understand. Do I need a special plan for that?
So, yes, because, you started with, you have 2 children. Yes, one has the idea of how the business, has been run, the day-to-day activities, but there are bigger plans that can come out of that business, right? You have 2 children, one can take up the business. The second can, be at the back. Maybe the second understands how to structure a business in a better way. And if you don't put that, if you don't have a proper plan in place, you can actually even cause issues between these 2 kids or these 2 children. Because what if the second one also has an expectation that I'm the older one, for example, and the younger one is the one that has been following you to the store. So the first one is thinking, it is my right as the older one to own the shop. Or the second one is also thinking, I have bigger plans for this store. We can make it a multi-company, a global company, or we can even sell it where we are shareholders. So if you don't put those your ideas or those your thoughts, there's something that we always say, wish is just an empty desire. Mm-hmm. You are just wishing while you are alive. And that is something about this, discussion that is very important. Mutiata said it, that a lot of women, I don't know if it's I really don't want to prescribe it to being traditional, but you and I know that in Nigeria, the women are not the forefront. You are driving a car, for example. A woman is driving a car, and automatically they feel it's a man that bought the car for her.
Yeah. But I know that everything a woman owns is owned by the man because the man owns the woman.
What if she's
Sorry,
single?
excuse me.
What if she's single?
Sorry, which
Sarah
one?
is shaking
Sorry.
tables. So
I don't understand.
What like
They
Ayo
asked the
said, what
question,
if
what
she's
if
Can you
she's
answer the
single?
question, sir?
What if she's single?
What
Yes,
if
sir.
she's the breadwinner even though she's
single,
married?
if
No,
she's
let's even start
single.
with what if she's single?
If she's single, there's no guy there.
And
So
then
we expect that if anything
you
happens
are going
to
back
her,
to the expectation
no,
again.
hold on now. You have. I don't expect any side guys. What is?
I don't know.
So yes, she's single. If anything happens to her, I would expect that parents, siblings show up and take over.
So that means
What if
even
her
the car
friends-
that she's driving is automatically
Automatically-
assume that there's a man
From your
somewhere.
Exactly.
No,
This is
I said the family, not a man.
No, Ayo brought the twist that when a lady is driving a car, people assume it is the husband that bought it for her.
That's
now
married.
she's single. You won't know
would know now.
Is there a tag on
That-
my car that
exactly.
I'm
No,
single
No, wait
or
now.
I'm
wait.
married?
Hold on. She's single. All of us know she's single. If she's married, we then know that everything she owns is owned by her husband.
Why?
I think we should
Why?
agree that.
No,
We can't
entirely
agree.
we
true,
can't
Sha.
agree
Not
that. That's why
entirely true.
that's why women should have estates, planning, because I can say that everything should be owned